Hello everyone, and now welcome to Game 2 in the series between Slam and Rush. This is taking place here on Neo Planet S. There is the countdown, a much more exciting countdown here as the game does begin. Slam spawning as the red Zerg over here on the bottom left-hand side of the map. Meanwhile, on the top right-hand side of the map, we do have DS. Now, Slam has taken the first victory, drawn first blood here, and is guaranteed 1 point in this round robin play. Now, what he's really looking for is to add an additional 2 points by taking a commanding 2-0 lead in this particular series, as the hatchery temporarily disappears, and it will be reappearing right now. All right, not quite sure why that happens, but it seems to consistently happen. At least it's happened in the last replay as well. Coming across, Rush is spawning as the blue Protoss here at the what is called the 2 o'clock position on Neo Planet S. This is once again going to be a PVZ, an interesting placement on this pylon. Now, this front door pylon placement is really more reminiscent of old school Wings of Liberty play. I wonder if that is what we're going to see here. Perhaps a gateway cybernetics core with a single zealot, and then behind this, getting the assimilators and gas for a mothership core fast expansion. Coming across here, is Slam going to change up his build since this is Neo Planet S? No, it doesn't look like it's going to vary or be that much of a variation, as Slam once again places down a spawning pool here on the bottom left-hand side of the map. So, build orders relatively the same. We should be seeing a drone make his way down to the natural expansion here in just a little bit. You can see that there is a probe currently patrolling, wanting to make sure that the hatchery is going to be delayed. And with this, we see Rush actually going for a Nexus first. This is a big surprise to me. Nexus first. Wait, no. Okay, I was going to say, did he cancel it? I didn't see it getting canceled. Yeah, it is a Nexus first here, as the buildings are randomly disappearing and reappearing on my map. Perhaps a little bit of an issue with the customized map for that very nifty intro. Hopefully it doesn't happen. All of those little kinks and tweaks happening in the first couple of seconds here. So far, Overlord now making its way off to the north, sees that the gateway is currently down. It notices that without a gateway, there's not going to be any anti-air attack whatsoever. Even with that gateway, it's going to take some time for the cybernetics core, followed by a stalker, to really make its way out. So this Overlord is just going to park itself here and get all of the necessary information. We know that a zealot is now being trained, and so does this Overlord, based upon the chrono boost, as we are now looking at 3 probes on each of this gas. Let's take a look here. Probes now making its way back around. What's going to be happening here? Queen now going to be tending to this hatchery down here, as the game is now underway. A probe able to slip by ever so barely, as the minerals are now getting underway. Zerglings going after the Nexus here. I don't believe much is going to happen. A Zealot can easily make its way down, try to clean up those Zerglings. Mothership core now being chrono boosted out. Zealot going to make its way out, and the Zerglings pretty much know that, hey, we cannot really handle any serious engagement here whatsoever, and the Zerglings will continue to just try and chase away that probe, as there is a Zealot up on the high ground. Mothership core getting in some easy shots onto that Zergling, and the Zergling looks like he will be able to slip away. It is going to be 2 bases to 2. Gamania Slam really looking to just put icing on the cake here with a 2-0 victory, and those incredibly important 3 points in the seeding, as we now are looking at a forge on this front door. So far, I do not see enough gas to really try and get level 1 weapons upgrades and tech. So the important thing to note is going to be, what is that third building? And that third building will in fact be a Stargate. The Zerglings know about this Stargate, and if the Zerglings know about the Stargate, they should be able to stop whatever is going to happen. Perhaps getting down a couple of Spore Crawlers, 1 at each base, to make sure that Oracles do not have free reign or free run going across everywhere. If you remember, in Heart of the Swarm, Evolution Chamber is no longer required in order to get those spore crawlers. So Oracle harassment, as effective as it is, can get stopped pretty quickly as Slam now goes into double evolution chambers. Coming back around, this one probe just comes in, takes a look, and is now going to back away. He knows that there's the third base and thinks to himself, okay, what are my options at this point? I can either try and take up a third base of my own and force you to expand even faster, or I can try to be aggressive on my 2 bases. It looks like aggression is going to be key here, as we can see the Stargate now training up some Void Rays. We can also see, I know there's a building right here. Come on, where is it? There it is. A photon cannon now coming in on the front door as well, as this Overlord will get shot down, but it is going to get a good sight of how much gas is being harvested before anything else. Zerglings were thinking about doing a run by. One Zealot left its post for just a second, as the Void Ray with that prismatic alignment could deal a lot of damage if it could just simply find an armored unit. Sitting off over here, another Overlord from Slam ready to suicide its way in. Sentries and Zealots are in position to defend against all of these Zerglings, as the Void Ray is looking to perhaps find an easy target and take it down. The Queen now taking a bit of damage, and here we go, the Queen versus the Void Ray. The Queen coming in for an engagement, a second Queen now making its way over as the Mothership Core has arrived. The shields on a Void Ray do recharge relatively quickly, faster than the hit points on a Queen, and Slam has to be careful with which Queen he keeps out at this forward location. If he is not careful, he could lose this Queen and some very, very vital production. 2 Void Rays and now a Phoenix being added. If DS engages with the Phoenixes and the Void Ray, Graviton beams the Queen and then shuts down each of the Queens themselves, he should be able to stop this expansion in its tracks. What's all going to come down to how effective this harassment is. 2 Void Rays, 1 Phoenix. There is 1 Mothership Core here, and now we see that the Zerglings are now making their way in. Phoenixes have arrived. The Void Rays now even bothering to take down also those Overlords here, as we now could see a bit of an aggression. Double, triple creep tumors ready to go down here at the front door. Are they going to get taken down? That is key, as the Overlord's now trying to get away. The Mothership Core is also there as well, and you can see damage is being dealt. But what is really happening? There goes another unit, and there's the Graviton Beam that I was talking about. The Void Ray is just going to make their way over and destroy that lone unit there, and now a second Queen getting popped out only to get destroyed as well. This is exactly what DS was hoping for, and DS is looking so strong at this stage in the game. The front door, though, double Zealots, Sentry, Stalkers ready to stop that Zergling swarm in a matter of seconds. Hydralisks now making their way over, and that is a lot of Hydralisks. 1 Void Ray already taken down, and are we going to perhaps see more units getting taken down as well? Mothership Core taking a lot more damage. There is the recall, but unable to get all of the units back home. A little bit of a shame there, as the recall was just a little bit late, day late, dollar short, as we are now going into the muscular augments for those Hydralisks. Now, Hydralisks are extremely strong against Stargate, but then again, Colossi are much stronger. Slam cannot really hope to take this down, especially with a Colossus on the way, nearing completion. You can see that the extended thermal lance range is about halfway done, and the Zerglings and the Hydralisks trying to break down this front door before Rush gets any additional tech units. There's the Colossus. Colossus getting in so many shots already, as the force fields now creating a little bit of a danger zone here. The Zerglings not trying to make their way in, but the force fields were in position, forcing a quick run around there, and the Void Rays still being trained and also adding in more Colossus. Phoenixes now ready to go, sitting in the center portion of the map. Observers are well positioned throughout the map as well. We are going into a Spire. And with this Spire, what is that follow-up play going to be? Perhaps Corruptors to challenge that Colossus and that Mothership Core. Also to really slow down these Phoenixes that can Graviton Beam and disable a Hydralisk long enough for everything else to shoot it down. We are now going into a Fleet Beacon as well, so we could be seeing the additional +2 range on those Phoenixes. Now, as Rush is looking to establish up his third base. We now look at the what Gamma Bears' Slam, what he's going to be doing in terms of resources. 65 drones versus 64 probes. Hydralisk and Zerglings now wandering in the center portion of the map. Phoenix is looking to find an easy target as level 1 air weapons upgrades about to be completed. Here we go. The Phoenix is now find an easy Overlord. Perhaps can even take down a Hydralisk. Does not do so. And I am curious as to what is really going on here. Why aren't the Phoenixes going after units? Perhaps could have even gone after the Queen, as the Queen is now backing away. Meanwhile, a major attack force, Colossi and Corruptors trying to engage. Here you go, the Corruptors. Zerglings now coming in as well. This is going to be a rather dangerous engagement, and Gamma Bears' Slam just looks like he's absolutely going to be able to attack move with this army. Corruptors taking down the Void Ray. Zerglings now encircling and taking down the last of the Zealots and shutting this expansion down before it really got started. Is Rush going to cancel this Nexus? No, he does not. He's going to leave it up and then simply say GG as Gamma Bears' Slam takes a 2-0 victory over Rush's DS. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed the first series. Stay tuned for another.